In mid-November, Dell had its latest storage forum in Paris, and while in the City of Enlightenment, I was able to grab some of Dell's key storage executives for brief interviews. Here I am with Stefanie Myers-Woodbury talking about storage strategy at Dell. Stefanie, thank you very much for joining me. So I'm interested, for people who weren't able to be here this week, if you could make some comments about what the storage strategy for Dell is right now, and to the extent you're comfortable, a few hints about where that might lead in the future.
Yeah, so I think so. For those that aren't familiar with our storage strategy, I mean, we've reiterated that a lot here this week, and that is around the fluid data architecture. And the process around that is really the premise that we want to be able to take, high-end features, enterprise class features, and make sure that they're always of the highest value to even a mid-range customer. And you'll see within our portfolio where we continue to make those available to both mid-range and high-end. But with the fluid data architecture, some of the acquisitions that we've done, being able to integrate those effectively, making those acquisitions more valuable than they were before we acquired the company, as well as adding them to our portfolio to add value to the fluid data architecture. So I think the phase that you'll see us in right now with the strategy is really around innovating. So once we've gotten through our acquisitions, we continue to integrate those in a way that is innovating in an end-to-end way. And a couple of things that we talked about this week, so Compellent, for instance, we just had a really great release on Storage Center 6.3, and I think you're starting to see a few firsts from Dell, even in that category, with 16 gig fiber channel and higher performance. So you can see that we're starting to take that product up into the enterprise space, which is really exciting. Some of the other things that I think we talked about this week that we got a really good feedback on is our commitment to integrate dedupe and compression the same way across the portfolio, making sure that we have self-protecting storage across the portfolio. I mean, those things are not easy to do. I mean, we see our competition struggle with that. They have a lot of different technologies they've acquired, and the commitment to make sure that it's the same throughout the portfolio, which is where you get that fluid data movement, is really a difficult thing to do. But we're committed to it and we're executing to that plan, and I think customers really appreciate that.
You mentioned commitment a couple of times, Stefanie. I think that's very interesting. I'd like you to explain a little bit about the commitment, if you like, of storage to Dell and of Dell to storage, and how important that is over the coming years.
Yeah, so when you look at some of the trends in the industry, I think what we're starting to see is with hardware commoditizing, right, into x86 server platforms. And you're seeing, vSANs out there, right? Storage becoming software. Dell's really at the heart of that, right? We have a very strong server business. We have a very strong x86 design team. So our ability to take our storage software and our expertise there and combine that with our server business is really an incredible opportunity. And that also fits in with one of our Better Together fluid data tenets. So we talked a little bit about a product that we're looking forward to next year, which is our hosted virtual storage, which is based on EqualLogic, actually putting that as software inside the server, and you'll hear more about that from Dell.